Hey y'all, what's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, I said I was gonna get on here and talk about opinions real quick. I was gonna talk about it before I go to Walmart. I was about to go to Walmart first because I need to do a quick Walmart stop. What in the world? I got a quick Walmart stop I need to make. But okay, before I do that, I need to talk about these opinions. Opinions. Where y'all at? I know it's Sunday. And what's your point? I know you're still on social media. Anyway, I want to talk about opinions. So here's an opinion that I want to get from everybody. So if you can vote real quick about opinions, I'm going to tell you what opinions stand, what the definition is, and then I want you to tell me if you think, based on your opinion, if someone should check their motive when they're giving an opinion, or what was the other question? Check their motive or get a life. What is it? What is it? Who's on with me right now? Should you, when you're giving an opinion, and remember, an opinion. Does anybody know what an opinion? What an opinion is? What is an opinion? What is it? It's a view or a judgment. Okay, this about something or someone, something or someone. It's a view or a judgment that's formed about something or someone, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. It's not necessarily based on that. That's what opinions are. That's what opinions are. It's not necessarily based on fact. It's not necessarily it's based on knowledge about anything, but it's just your opinion. I want to talk about that real briefly, and I wanted to ask your opinion. Your opinion on opinions. Do you think people should check their motive, or do you think they should check their motives, or just get a life? Or just get a life? Because most of the time when people are giving opinions, y'all don't hear me. Most of the time when us is giving opinions, I don't know how this thing's working out right now. Most of the time when you're giving an opinion, it's negative. It's negative. The opinion is constructive or negative. It's not positive. It's not something that's going to help you grow. It's something that's meant to kind of tear you down. And so that's why I wanted to talk about why there's a couple of reasons I got written down here is why opinions shouldn't matter to anybody. Because remember, opinions, even when you talk about educated opinions, or let's go a little bit step further or go a little bit back. Opinions like solicited or unsolicited opinions. I didn't ask you what your thought was, but you told me anyway. All right. And you told me based on why I shouldn't do something or why someone should not do something. Okay. Or you're telling them based on your experience and your view can be based on your past. It can be based on what somebody did to you or how they did it to you or how you took that job and how you responded when you went on that job or how you were in that relationship and how you responded. I don't know how this camera is going, y'all, but it's like about to drive me crazy. Somebody please help me with these Apple products. But anyway, I just want to know what your thoughts are on opinions, because opinions really shouldn't matter. What someone feels, their judgment or their view based on, that's not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. Why should I listen to your opinion that's most of the time negative if it's not based on anything factual? It's based on your experiences, maybe, and it's based on your knowledge, which could be limited. So I just want to give you a few reasons, and I'm always coaching people on emotional intelligence. So I'm gonna add that into this tonight. And I'm trying to be on here just a few minutes. So it's getting dark. I don't like mosquitoes and bugs. I just don't do it. Divas don't do it. I'm sorry. And I don't do off unless I'm in Nigeria. There. But so I'm going to make this real quick. But I want to know what your thoughts are. If you can put it in the comment section for me real quick. When someone is giving you their opinion, give me your opinion on this. Do you think you should check their motive? Okay. Or should they just get a life? Like, go bark up somebody else's tree with their opinion that's not necessarily based on fact, okay, or knowledge. It's based on their past experiences, which are limited and have nothing to do with where you've been or where you're headed, right? So a lot of times, and before I give you 3 reasons why opinions or 4 reasons why opinions shouldn't matter, and before I kind of add my own twist in this as it relates to emotional intelligence and how you can use this when someone's making opinions, or how to assess, how to respond to opinions, either on the work or in relationships. Before I do all of that, there's a couple of reasons why people are going to give you their opinions, right? They're going to give you their opinions because, um, like I said, most of the time, it's, if you just check what I'm saying based on your own experiences, okay? They're going to give you their opinions because because of jealousy, because of envy, because or just because they're just opinionated and unhappy haters. It happens. It does happen. It happens a lot. Okay. And why I'm so strong on this opinion thing right now is because we have allowed people to give their opinions to us. Okay. Again, their view or judgment. Let me say it again in case you're just jumping on. Give us their opinions, their view or judgment, based not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. That sounds kind of crazy to me, right? So we allow people to give us their opinions on our relationships, on our jobs, on our dreams, on our calling. And most of the time, a lot of times we'll go ask, so what are your thoughts? And we'll ask them, what are their thoughts? Like, what are we thinking? I mean, yeah, you might want a second opinion. And some people say, well, just take from it what you going to take from it. Listen, why did you just ask God? Why did you just tune up your relationship with God and have him tell you what you need to do? Okay, that's the only fact, the only truth that matters. Because when you get that feedback from somebody else, remember, it's based on their, not necessarily based on knowledge or fact, and it's based on their view, their judgment, their experiences. And so it has nothing to do with where you've been, where you're headed, has nothing to do with what God has downloaded into you about what your purpose is in life or anything like that. None of that. And so when you're listening to them, and a lot of times people say take from it what you can, and when you take from it, 99% of the time we're taking the negative from what that person said. Oh, such and such said I shouldn't do it. And because of their status and their knowledge, or the perceived knowledge, and because of their acronyms behind their name, or because of their specialty, because of that, blah, 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 then we just allow it to stunt our growth. We allow it to delay our dreams. We allow it to stop us from opening a business. We allow it allow those opinions to keep us from finding our dream boo in our life. Come on, it's all kinds of things that those opinions can stop, stall, or explode, implode, that you're supposed to doing, that now you allow someone to take control of your destiny and your future because of their daggone opinion. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you just look up the definition yourself, figure it out yourself, like I said, I'm just saying. But I really don't like to see when some amazing people God has deposited some amazing callings on your life, and you stop it because of what someone says, or what someone does, or what someone thinks. You stop it, stall it, don't do it. You put a screeching halt to what God has called you to do, as if what someone says matters. Their opinions don't matter. And remember, their views and judgments a lot of times are based on jealousy. It's based on envy. They don't want to do it, but they don't want you to do it. They don't feel like they're gifted to do it, but they don't want you to do it. Or they've tried it before, it didn't work out, so they don't want you to do it. And you allow that stuff to infiltrate into your space. And then it stunts your dreams. It stunts your dreams. I don't know who this is for, but somebody has taken somebody's opinions of them and some opinions of their dreams, and they've allowed it to stop them from furthering the calling that God has on their life. And I just want to appeal to you tonight to stop it, because their opinions don't matter. And what people, listen, I got it right. Well, my vote for my opinion is just get a life. I don't even want to check your motive as to why you're giving me your opinion, because most of these opinions that I've even received are just negative. They've all been very, very negative, and they were unsolicited. Very unsolicited. Like, I didn't ask you what where am I supposed to go and do? And listen, that has taken a train on the tracks for me, because many times I was trying to be in control until I realized you ain't in control, girl. You better ask the sovereign God. You better ask the sovereign God, what would he have you to do in this situation? Okay. And what will he have you to learn out of the situation when you go on your own little way, but not from what a person says. So my vote right there is for them to get a life. I don't want to check your motive of your opinion. It doesn't matter. Okay, because that's not cool. So opinions, let me give you a few reasons why opinions should not matter in the grand landscape of things. Why should opinions not matter? If you hang it in there with me for a minute, great. If not, maybe you'll come back. But I want you to, if you voted that you're gonna check the motive of that opinion, think of it as an onion. Think of that opinion as an onion. If you're going to check the motive of that opinion that somebody is giving you based on your life, your relationship, your career goals, your calling, whatever it is that you're asking them, your boo, whatever, you're asking them a project, a business that you're asking someone their opinion, and you want to check their motive. I want you to think of, when you check their motive, think of it as an onion. Should I peel this? Because many times onions, all of the time, onions have many layers. So when you're checking their motive, if that's your vote tonight, then I want to just appeal to you, okay, no pun intended, appeal to you to check the layers of that onion. Check the layers of that motive. Really check if you know that individual that's giving you that feedback, okay, giving you that opinion, if you will. Really take a step back and analyze, how do I know them? Where do I know them from? What have I seen in their speak, in their walk, in their journey currently? What have I seen from them? Okay, if you're going to allow that feedback, allow that opinion, and you decide your vote tonight on opinions is to check their motive, look at it as an onion is how I highly recommend that for you to consider. Okay, because if you peel that onion, sometimes onions need to be peeled and sometimes they need to be sealed and put up, because most of the time they're going to make you cry. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying tonight, but most of the time they're going to make you cry. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you chose that check the motive instead of get a life, really try to understand in the totality of that opinion. Really, where are they coming from? What is their motive? Are they trying to make me better? Are they helping to make me grow? Do they want to get in here and serve with me? Do they want to work at the registration desk at my destiny or dream and say, there goes my girl? Or do they want to be like, I don't want her to do that because I couldn't do it? You got to really, if you're going to check their motive, really do your homework there. And part of your homework, number one, numero uno, is to consult with your sovereign God. It's to consult with him. Ask him, should I be listening to this view or judgment from this person that's not necessarily based on fact or knowledge? Or should I be just talking to you? Show me, Father. Show me, Abba. What am I supposed to be doing? So here's a couple of reasons why opinions should not matter. Number one, because people will always find something to talk about. Can I get an amen? Somebody's always going to find something to talk about. They always have, they always do, they always will find something. Their opinions are always good. They're always going to have their opinions. They're always going to talk about what you say, how you behave, the way you walk, the way you dress, the way you speak, how many times you get on social media, who you marrying, where you going, what kind of business you have, what kind of car you drive, what kind of preaching you did, what kind of speaking you did, what ministry you're on, what job you had last year, where you lived last week. They're always going to have something to say. It's the nature of the masses. And remember, you know what's so interesting? I think of it like, there's really no, I think of it like, well, I was going to say like the lions. No, I won't use that analogy here. But I tell you, there's always going to be something that someone has got to say. And 99% of the time, the opinions, and you just check it for yourself, they're meant to taunt or torment you. They're meant to stop you or to stall you. That's what they're meant to do. That's what they're meant to do. And so we have to, if we're the ones giving the opinions, then as I say all the time, glory to God, do a self-check. Check yourself. Check yourself. Y'all need to check yourself. Because listen, you might be the one that's giving that feedback all the time, or that opinion all the time, and it's always constructive. As if you've never started somewhere, as if you've never been at ground zero and you've grown up in certain areas. You want to always have the opinion of negativity and constructive feedback versus positive, versus seeing the good in someone. So I want to tell you, again, those of you who are on the receiving end all the time, people are going to talk all the time. Okay, they're always going to talk. There might not be any purpose, rhyme, or reason other than to hurt or harm you. That's just reality. That's reality. That's the nature of this world. Okay. We do more tearing down than we do building up. And it's not too late for us to turn that around. So, number one, I got to say, people will always have something to talk about. And just because somebody is different from you, it doesn't them make them inferior. Just because somebody's different from you, for the feedback folks that are always giving unsolicited feedback, just because somebody's different from you does not mean that they're inferior. It doesn't mean that you have the right. It doesn't matter the color of their skin, their religion. It doesn't matter, anything else. And I know it's really hard not to get disheartened when people give you their opinion or begin to talk about every single thing you do. You can't say boo without them saying blah. Okay. But I want you to be encouraged today, because their opinion should not matter. They have no heaven or hell to put you in. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because guess who's held accountable for the decisions that they make? You are. You are held accountable for your decisions. Period. With a period at the end. You're accountable for your own decisions. So just know, number one, opinions don't matter, because people always got something to say about something. It doesn't matter how you do it. Okay. And we've all been the target of ill-intentioned opinions at one point or another in our life. Everybody, each and every one of us have fallen victim to that. Okay. So you're not alone in this thing, but it's real important. I've got a note here, not only for your sanity, but it's real important for you just to turn the other cheek and go, okay, cool. That's what you got. That's cool. Thanks. And keep it moving. Don't let it stall you or stunt you, because again, it is just their opinion. Okay. Okay. Period. In the story. Now, I got to tell you this one. This one right here, I was like, okay, you know what? This one right here, this second reason I'm going to give you is just like I always say, putting deodorant on. You know to put it on, but sometimes somebody's got to remind you, or you got to have an extra set of deodorant in the car because you forget, because you're running out. Okay, but if you don't put it on, you're gonna stink, or you might stink, unless you can use that whole natural stuff, juice and berries. But that's not me, so I got to have the deodorant. So I'm gonna give you the deodorant right now. So the second one is your self-worth. Those people who give you those opinions all the time, your self-worth is not defined by their approval. So that's the second reason why someone's opinions don't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter, because your self-worth is not defined by their approval on anything. That's just their opinion. Yeah. And so all the happy haters or the unhappy haters that are going to be jumping on here in a minute, they're probably going to jump on and jump off, because they want to keep giving you their feedback, or excuse me, their opinions, because it's the only thing that helps them breathe. They breathe just by giving you constructive feedback unsolicited, to stunt your dreams and stunt your calling, because they know that you're in that vulnerable position in your life where you're needing approval, you're needing justification, you're needing those likes on social media, you're needing the hearts, you're needing the responses, whatever the case may be. And so they're like lions that are looking for prey. Come on, listen to what I'm saying. They're like lions looking for prey, and the prey is right there. And all the lions in the jungle, they just go racing after that. Okay, they just go ahead and attack. Okay, because they see that you are at a weak moment. And so when they see you in that weakness, you got to understand, you got to rise up and understand that in my weakness, I am strong. I can still fly out from the middle of this attack from the lions, because the lions, what they're wanting to do when they're seeing you as prey. They're wanting to get you at a weak point where you will not go with that business. You will not go with that boo. You will not go with that calling. Okay. That's unfortunately, that is the world we live in. And so you've got to rise above that and understand that opinions are just that. Opinions, like onions. Okay, they are. They are not meant in the grand picture. They're not meant to make you excited. Okay, and I want to give a high five to those of us out there that are giving opinions, and they're meant to help people be encouraged and grow. They're meant to help people grow. You are of the minority. You are a minority. And I tell you, because the majority is giving opinions, and it's meant to stop you. And listen, nobody who gives you that constructive feedback or opinion and it comes back and bites them, and they go, wait a minute, well, I thought it was going to be bad for you, and you come back and know it was great. They're not going to say, well, I'm sorry. It doesn't work out like that. And then if you were to follow what they said, and then it boomeranged again, it's just always jacked up. So remember, your self-worth isn't defined by somebody else's approval rating. So the hecky with their opinions. Okay, you got to remember that. You got to remember that. Look, you got your happiness barometer is often influenced by the she said, he said pipeline. That grapevine makes it to us in some way or another, whether it's electronically or verbally, social media, on the phone, text message, whatever. And we feel the effects of that thing like an earthquake. We feel like we're shaking all around. And I just want to encourage you today, do not allow that earthquake of opinions to shake you around. Don't let it happen. It's not good. It does. We allow it. We shouldn't. I'm still recovering from that. I'm still recovering from people's opinions about, Denise, don't take that business venture. What are you doing, Denise? And if I hadn't taken those business ventures on some of them, I wouldn't have learned some valuable lessons that God had meant for me to learn. If I had not been in that relationship, I wouldn't have been able to, give a testimony that might reach someone who was making the same maybe mistake. Just the testimony, not telling them what they should or should not do. I'm telling them what I did and what happened. So those testimonies come from those tests. All right. And so you've got to go through that experience by yourself, not from the earthquake of other people. It's not how it works. Okay. Listen, this is the last one I'm going to give you. They don't know your journey. They don't know where you've been. They don't know where you're headed. So their opinion does not matter. It doesn't matter because they don't listen. 100% of the time, they don't know the facts of your situation. I'm just saying. It's getting dark. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. They don't know your journey. They don't know the journey and the path that God has you on. So stop asking people of their opinion. Talk to your Father. Talk to God. Have a relationship with Him. Talk to Him. Yes. Yes. And if you decide to ask somebody, solicit opinion from somebody, do not take it to heart. Don't take everything that they say as golden. Please don't do that. Because again, their view or judgment is based on their experiences. It's not based on fact. There's really ever no real fact of this thing, an opinion anyway. It's not. Okay? It's not. So just really understand that. All right. I wanted to share these couple of things with you that I wrote down. I will say trust your discernment, because you're never going to please everybody with your decisions. So don't try to please everybody with your decisions, and understand that opinions are just that. They're just that. Now I got to squeeze this emotional intelligence in here. So one of the things that I do when I'm coaching individuals on emotional intelligence, and when I'm coaching, I'm also, I think there it is. That's better. I think that's better, y'all. It's dark. I cannot believe I'm still on this thing in the dark outside. The mosquitoes are probably getting over you right about now. I tell you, the things I do, I love it, Lord. I know my neighbors are like, what in the frijoles? Anyway, that means what in the beans? I think that means beans. Anyway, when you are dealing with opinions or dealing with difficult situations and something's coming towards you with someone's opinion that was unsolicited, I just want to remind you of this. Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me, but you can hear me. I want to remind you of this. Number one, be self-aware. Be really self-aware of where you are, your disposition at that moment, okay? Recognize and understand where your mood and your emotion is when somebody's giving you some feedback. If they're giving you some feedback and you're not in the right emotion, you're not in the right mood, then just say, you know what, can we talk about this later? Or not can we? I need to talk about this later. Right midstream of their opinion. Okay? That seriously, midstream. Because if you gotta have self-awareness. It's so important. Because if you're not ready to receive that solicited or unsolicited opinion, and you think you're gonna respond in a way that's completely out of the character of God, then you just need to walk away. Just walk away and say, let's talk about this at a later date, or not. I'll let you know. You have that choice. You have that choice. I pray that y'all are picking up what I'm putting out. Okay? I really do. Then you've got to have some self-regulation. Remember, that's one of the fruit of the spirits anyway. Okay? One of the spirit is self-control. So you got to have some self-regulation. So depending on where you are, you know what? You got to be able to have the ability to control where you are. All right? And if you don't feel like you're in a self-regulatory mood or environment, get out of there. Because that opinion that's 99% of the time constructive or negative or meant for you not to do what God has called you to do, or what you, based on your discernment, to do, then you might not be in a good place to receive it. and a good place to respond with what you've heard. Right? So you got to have self-awareness, number one, and you got to make sure you are self-regulated. Right there. That's really important. Then you got to make sure there's some motivation. Okay? You've got a passion or a passion reason, because you create your own motivation, a passion or a reason that goes beyond money or status. Okay? You've got that passion or reason that's going to go beyond money or status at that moment. All right? Because if not, you cannot be self-aware and you cannot be self-regulated, because now they're talking about your money and they're talking about this and that, and you're just gonna go all off the whiz out. I've done it. Okay. So self-aware, self-regulatory, motivation, and empathy. That means you're empathetic, or empathy means you're putting yourself in their shoes. Why would they give me this feedback right now? Why would they give me that opinion right now? Why? What's going on with them? Are they okay? How can I help them? And then that's where social skills come in. That's number 5. Okay. The 5th one, you got to be empathetic first on the 4th one. And then on the 5th one, social skills. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to minister to them, especially if they're coming at you with that negative stuff or opinions. I'm just saying. Okay. It might be, and listen, timing is everything. So you can toggle and toggle around that emotional intelligence. Okay. Emotional intelligence. You can toggle around in there back and forth, but you can do it at a later time, because timing is everything. When you're receiving that opinion, when you're responding to that opinion, whether it's solicited or unsolicited, most of the time it's unsolicited anyway, but that's real talk. You can toggle around self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, your social skills. Because in your social skills, it might be an opportunity for you to listen more than you talk. It might be an opportunity for you to give feedback and turn that whole situation around as to why did you feel compelled, or why did you feel motivated to come give me some feedback or opinion about something that's none of your business. And then you can listen, because it's really none of their business. The opinion that they're giving you is none of their business, has nothing to do with them, has everything to do with you and your relationship with God and what God has you to do. And so you can bounce back in that emotional intelligence of that situation. Again, self-aware yourself, self-regulate yourself. Come on, make sure your environment is motivated. Make sure you're empathetic to what in the world is going on with this person giving me this opinion right about now. And the last one is using your social skills, which in turn is ministry, to turn that situation around. All right, y'all. These bugs are trying to come out. I love y'all. And it's time for me to go. But I'm gonna have to come back on this opinions thing, opinions, opinion thing, because you know what? It's something that happens so often, and a lot of times we just don't know how to respond or not respond, or how we internalize it. Sometimes it just really kind of messes up our whole day, and we allow it to mess up our day and allow it to mess up our purpose and all of that. And just remember, we are all so different. Everything about our lives is a product of different experiences, different upbringings, different values, different belief systems, all of that. We are different. So if we're different, then of course the opinions are going to be different. The opinions are going to be different. Okay? And how you respond is going to be different. So stop allowing people's opinions of what you do, when you do it, how you do it, affect your purpose on earth, affect your journey. Don't let it affect you. Okay? Just want to encourage somebody today. As I'm encouraging you, I'm encouraging myself to continue to not allow people's opinions of what I do, how I do it, when I do it, to affect what God has already predestined for me, what He's already told me to do. Okay? That He is the only one that matters. So consult Him. Listen, He gives us free will, right? Gives you free will to make the right decision, to move forward. Okay. He's going to tell you what you should do, but you still have a choice. All right. Who are you going to allow to tell you what to do, or to give you a high recommendation? Whose opinion are you going to listen to? How about that? So what onion? Onion or the sovereign God? Which one is it going to be? Anyway, I have talked on here for I don't know how many minutes. Oh, I've been on here 30 minutes. I said I wasn't going to be on here long, but I done brought in the moon. Where the moon at? Is there a moon out here? I don't even see. Maybe that's it over there. I don't know. That might be it over there. I don't even see a moon. That's kind of strange. Anywho, I don't see a moon. I don't see no moon. I'm the only one out here. I know my neighbors are, they're probably, I wonder where the nosy neighbors are. And I'm sure they've got their ring turned on so they can hear me. Because everybody around here got cameras and rings. What do you call those things? The rings, the doorbell rings. So they are probably listening to this melanated chick outside on the car on social media. What is she doing? Anyway, I need to get myself to Walmart because I'm tired. So y'all have a great night. I pray that this is helpful for somebody. You know, because somebody I know has, especially I know from my mentees, because I talk to them way often, has allowed someone else's opinions of them stunt their growth, stunt their growth spiritually, stunt their growth emotionally, stunt their growth in a lot of cases physically. They've allowed people's opinions, families' opinions, stunt their growth academically, as my husband always says, academically. They've allowed that to happen. And I really don't like that for my sisters and brothers. Don't allow what somebody else's their truth to affect your truth. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Move in that business. Move within that relationship. Move in that calling. Okay? To move in your relationship with God so that He can direct your path. He said, "You acknowledge me in all of your ways, I'm going to direct your path." And He's still in the directing a path business. He's still right there controlling it all. All He wants you to do is ask Him. Ask Him. Talk to Him. Consult with Him. Commune with Him. Stop asking everybody daggone else. All right? And if you don't ask, self-aware and self-regulate. Empathy, motivate, and social skills, and just get to stepping. Don't take any of it. You didn't ask for it. Keep it moving. Or just be still. All right, bye. Later. Deuces. Sayonara. See you later. Peace out. Oh, a rabbit. Oh, how do I flip this camera around? I can't flip it around. Y'all might not be able to see that rabbit over there. Y'all not going to be able to see it. It's way over there. Oh, well, forget about it. We got rabbits and deers and all kinds of stuff happening over here. Anyway, love y'all. Take care. Peace.